Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning from actually almost sunny England. Not
Almost.
quite. And good morning from Democracy 3 Africa. And more importantly, good morning from Cash.
And good morning from Sam, Partridge.
Sam Partridge.
Good.
Let's begin our Democracy 3 stream. Africa. New game. Starter up. World 1-1. I'm ready.
I need to choose a country to play as, which is very exciting. How do you feel about Zambia?
I think Zambia will do just fine,
I
Sam.
think Zambia's going to do great.
Sounds-
Look at it. A large landlocked country in southern Africa bordering Great Lakes. This looks great. We've got,
A lot of copper.
yeah, we're pretty
In the
corrupt.
north, a lot of natural resources. Corrupt, we can deal with that. Or we can, as long as people vote us into power, I suppose, we'll see.
So when we played this last time, I say we, I won't lie, it was Sam, me,
Sam was Kenya, I believe.
and I was assassinated in the end, quite rightly so, I think.
It was not entirely unjust, oppressing the entirety of the female population. Did not work out too well in the end. Not intentionally, not to say that you forced that system, but you inherited that system and did not take the steps to correct it. But we'll see what happens.
Thanks, guys.
I didn't mean to throw you under the
Good.
bus there, but
I am feeling good about Zambia's The Action Congress.
that sounds like a strong name. And I am going to be your loyal opposition here. Who would I like to be? I'd like to be the militant, I think. Oh, Fresh Technocratic's nice, but the militant movement.
The militant
I like that.
That sounds kind of dangerous.
America.
Yeah?
That's all
yeah.
I'm just going to say.
Good, done.
Let's start
Let's go.
this.
Let's nail it to the floor. Good. So in this game of Democracy Free Africa, I am going to be playing as Zambia. I am going to try and make this beautiful, wonderful country with its enormous corruption and mass poverty better. Meanwhile, my quote loyal, unquote opposition here, Cash, will be criticizing everything I do, I believe, and being generally fantastic.
We will see.
We will see. Expect some tension. So, here I am, President Sam. Good stuff. It's my new job. The lives of 14 million citizens in their hands. I feel so sorry for them. Let us go forth and try and improve our... How would you describe our GDP?
Not as bad as our unemployment and our poverty, I think is safe to say. So I suppose the rich may be doing fairly well. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, there we go. So, everything that is blue here is something in our world, in our Zambia, that is going okay. Violent crime, it's not great. And everything that's red is something that's going really, really badly. For example, we have a huge wave of armed robbery that I think I want to hit on. And do you know what the best way to crush armed robbery is?
Giving people more guns to shoot each other with.
I don't know how you can disagree with this particular choice, my loyal opposition, but I'm feeling pretty good. Let's put some strict controls on.
Oh, you're putting controls. I misread the slider. So the way this game works, as you can see, we have an entire ecosystem of, how would you describe it? Problems, developments.
It is kind of, what you're looking at here is a representation, an infographic of Zambia and its problems in the world. In the center we have different voting blocks, liberals, poor, and each of the issues, for example, homelessness, is affecting different people differently. The poor are deeply affected by homelessness and unemployment, while the capitalists are more concerned about our uncompetitive economy and poor transport links.
And you can see too how these positively or negatively impact your voting base, and also how they positively or negatively impact the whole of your country.
Yes, exactly. Sorry there, guys.
Your GDP, your economy, so on and so on.
Ooh, I think I managed to, by shutting down and changing the music volume, I managed to...
You have broken the game.
Broken the game. Let's hit next turn and try and unbreak Zambia. This is a good start. I feel, as my first few days in office, I managed to
I'm
break...
not sure I can agree with you. As your loyal opposition, we have an educational failure. Achievement unlock.
Good. Hooray. I don't feel... No, that's not great. Okay, well,
A
listen.
modern miracle that you have managed to create a society so poorly educationed Educated.
See, it's that poorly educated.
This is what you have done to me. Let's move on and see how you have ruined this lovely place.
Well, crime's going down because everyone's shooting each other, which is great. Children's food. I think this is regulating the amount of fat in food. I'm going to leave this law unchanged for the moment. Don't want to interfere with the free market. I'm feeling maybe this is how I'm going to play this game. I'm going to be a bit of a free market economist.
As you wish. I can't necessarily agree with your decision to, let the hungry stay hungry.
I mean,
let the uneducated remain uneducated. But we'll see how this works out for you. The voters, in the end, will decide.
They will decide, indeed.
As well as any...
and I mean, I gotta say, look at that debt going down.
It is going straight down.
Look at that, and
GDP isn't going up, though. We don't have any money.
Minor problem. I think we can get past these minor things by giving more people guns. No. I am going to have a little look at who my largest voting core are. They're the Conservatives. They really don't like me because at the moment they don't like the fact that prostitution is legal. They don't like armed robbery. They don't like race riots. So I'm going to throw them a bone. I'm going to have a little work on the old race riots. And try and... You see, this is the interesting thing about democracy. It's very hard to bring down a concept like racial tension.
I could imagine it would be, but there must be some way to do so.
Yep, I am going to do so.
So what goes into this?
So at the moment, for unemployment is a big factor of it. And as our GDP is so uncompetitive, basically it's just slamming it down to the ground. Our immigration is... it's just a mess, really, isn't it?
You could improve border control, human development. Stability would not be a bad way to go.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
I'm not sure.
Let's go back. Let's find stability. Where is stability? It was in uncompetitive economy, GDP, the spider that ate the cat.
Health and education. Education, Sam. You can't get around it forever.
That's a really good point. Do you know what? Let's forget that. Let us pump some money into the old school system because... I mean, we have some state schools. Oh, good. Wooden schoolhouses.
What do we have up there that we can... Shared textbooks, maybe. Modern textbooks would at least be a start. I think you would be well suited. There you go.
Thank you, my loyal opposition member. I think spending a bit of money on schools is going to work out well. Our border tensions, however, are a complete nightmare. Well, we've increased it up to armed guards, so that's all right. Let's press on. I think that we made some serious changes.
I'm not sure about that, but we'll see what's happening.
Good. Okay, so we're back here. This is our
smoking man
quarterly report. Do we want to ban smoking? Do you know what? No.
You don't want to interfere with the market.
Don't want to touch that.
If you want public health to suffer, that's your prerogative.
This is good. He's taking me down. And you see, look at all this money. I think, do you know what we need to do?
What do you think?
Give corporations a massive, massive tax break.
You want to give them a break. You don't want to increase
the
money coming in. You want to try and attract parasites into that's your call.
Corporations, if you ask me, are people. Oh, look at this.
Corporations are people. My government would agree with you.
There we are. What kind of people, though? Terrible people. I'm going to increase the state health service,
There's some good in that, at least.
Yeah.
If you can pay for it.
This is it. At the moment, I have this huge gap between our income and our expenditure, and our debt is flying down. I'm feeling like the cash-happy sort of new Labour era. I feel like a bit of a Tony Blair. That's a terrible thing to admit out loud on a stream.
Well, that's something you've done now, and it's going to be recorded for posterity.
In years to come when they say, what was Sam's great influences in taking over Zambia and trying to get rid of malaria? Tony Blair.
Click to return the government.
Superhero?
What?
This is exciting.
What on earth?
Zambia.
The kicked man fighting crime in our streets. Are you going to allow this kind of vigilantism?
Yes, I think it's great. I think this is the fundamental kind of, situation that means we were going to get some great superhero movies out of this. A Zambian superhero.
You think this is going to attract business?
I think so. I'd love to work in Gotham because nothing ever goes wrong for the average people of Gotham unless
they get out of bed.
Yeah, let's change this and let's increase our police force. Let's slam it up to high. I like a nice, strong police force. Let's also check our... Ooh, Oh, in they come together, but there's still a nice big gap. Okay, so we're actually...
Expenditure's going up, though, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing all right, actually. We're doing all right. How is the GDP looking? Great. Rock bottom. And it's partly because of productivity.
Education, my friend.
It's
You
education.
cannot get around it.
Let us do partial grants for every individual in Zambia. That'll be good. Let's also...
Conservatives seem to be getting happy with you as well.
Yeah. Huh. How about that? No one likes the race riots, though. Armed police. What? No. I think every officer should be armed.
Just like it is back home.
The good old United States. This never goes wrong, giving all policemen guns. This should hopefully... Yeah, this will definitely...
This should quell your race riots. This should end your violent crime, your armed robbery. We will see, though, if it
look at this
really
racial...
works out too well for you in the end.
So Zambia is interesting because
How so?
it's resource rich by the looks of it. You know, everyone's making a reasonable amount of money. It's not in big debt or anything like that. But there's so many racial issues going on here. There's religious persecution. I'm not a fan of these things at all.
Well, there must be some way we can address them.
Well, why don't we bring this up to high? Why would we never bring this up to high? Freedom of thought and association.
Conservatives may not like it.
Do you know what, Cash? They can survive. They'll be much happier with our armed police nailing race riots. I'm going to try and play the two off together. Hopefully I won't get shot like I did last time.
Bombed.
Bombed?
Bombed.
Not just shot.
Hopefully you won't bomb this time either.
Huh.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. Let's see, though, what happens when you...
Alright, fair. Military interference is pretty high, though, which is
That's
a pain.
a bit distressing.
We need to sort this... stability's going up. This is good. I think as our democracy goes up, our stability will go up too, and we'd like to have a nice, stable government. Our corruption is kind of midway, and our press freedom will help that. Tell you what, let's bring the press freedom up as well. Let's try and make Zambia a little more democratic.
We'll see what happens.
And by that, I mean...
As you click for government. Now at an end.
Armed robbery situation is at an end. This means that we've nailed the armed robbery, which is great. Unemployment's on the way down. Crime is on the way down. We're going to drill for oil. Heck yes.
Drill, baby, drill. You want to continue exploiting the natural resource instead of raising the country and raising the people up into being something that could be standing on its own. You'll run out one day, my friend.
You know what?
You cannot continue to drill forever. You cannot mine forever. You can only cultivate the people. That's the only resource you can cultivate beyond food, which requires people.
I don't know, Cash. I don't know. I think...
You think you want to deal with...
I think that when the bad times come, I'm not even going to be in office. That's going to be your problems to deal with.
May well be.
How about that for some real politic? Although, to be quite honest with you, I think you're genuinely right. I could just cancel. I could just make prostitution illegal again. God, I think you're right. It would be good to invest in people. But what I really want to do is invest in lining the pockets of my people. That's right. Read my lips. No new taxes.
I've read your lips.
Have you?
Yes.
What did they say?
No new taxes.
Boom.
He lied.
He lied. Right. I am going to... Prostitution is illegal. You know what? And it's causing some problems with age. The religious don't like it. The churches don't like it. I'm actually going to make prostitution illegal again.
It has 0% popularity with voters.
So let's just stop that entirely. We're not a fan of that at all. You know, I'm slightly pandering towards the religious lot. They're not happy about religious persecution, but I'm working on it.
They don't like your freedom of thought association.
No, they don't like that either. But I think, to be honest with you, they can go stuff it for the moment because I want to bring up the stability.
Well, what else do we have that is an issue? Health, education.
Health and education is still rough. Child labour. No. Ban child labour. Yeah, let's nail that. So in fact, are we going to...
Are you sure? You seem to be reneging, trying to move that slider back up a little bit.
You know, I think... Yes, I'm going to ban it. I think I'm going to play this... The last game that we played...
Yes.
I played a little bit fast and loose with morality.
It didn't work out too well in the end when the riots came and you got bombed.
I was
again.
Not bombed in kind of the slam dunk, cool basketball kind of bombed, But
I don't think that's a thing, is it?
Is it not a thing?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't play the
Education is
basketballs.
still suffering.
Well, child labour.
Gender inequality. If you want to prevent repeating your mistakes
Yeah.
of the past.
Full pay.
What's beyond full pay, out of wonder?
Oh, we can't. We don't have enough. It's full pay and paternity leave.
Oh, you're going to have to wait to do that then, aren't
And
you?
this is it. We can't raise, lower, or cancel this particular thing.
What about policies we can enact? So at the moment, we're only changing around our sliders, but
We can bring in new stuff, yeah.
Oh, there's nothing we could do this time, though.
Well, this is it. You see this here? This is our political capital from our cabinet. And these guys are deciding how much stuff we could do in a turn.
Right.
I have come up against this border, this kind of solid number of about 50-30 a turn. So there's nothing else I can do, which is very much like a real government. There's only so much you can do in a term. I think the momentum might be coming out. Oh.
Drill, baby, drill.
I may be eating my words now, potentially.
The warriors of Gaia are not going to stand for you pillaging the mineral resources of the earth.
Let's see if the warriors of Gaia are going to end up as a threat. I think we will probably try and do some environment stuff to appease them, but my most loyal opposition, I would strongly say that what's more important, is it people or the planet?
A little of column A and a little of column B.
Cheating.
One requires the other. You don't see the bee without the flower.
Are we the bee or the flower in this situation?
They're one and the same, aren't they?
Oh, magical.
Blew your mind there. Are you going to ban tobacco advertisements or not?
No, I'm going to reject the ban. I am all liberal. I have smacked down on crime.
Not on poverty, though, have you?
I know. Poverty is still a big problem. Well, we'll give it a go. We've got a nice surplus in budget, though, so there's a lot we can do.
Education, too, still suffers.
Yeah, it does suffer, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Changes. So, our infrastructure's going down. Our education is going up. It's just static. Well, we have these state schools and university grants. They're coming in. See the lighter bar? That means they're creeping in over time.
That's showing how much it may raise a turn or two.
Yeah, but at the moment...
Is there anything you could do, any policies we could enact this turn, maybe?
Great idea. Let's go to public services. Ooh, adult education subsidies.
There we go.
I like that. Let's just whack this one out here. Because, what does it bring? A skill shortage as people start to leave? I don't mind that too much. Let's also see if there's another one we can bring in. Free school meals.
That could help with public health as well.
So, you've heard of Thatcher, haven't you? You know Margaret Thatcher?
Thatcher, yes.
Yeah, when she came into power, she banned... she took away... Every school child in the UK used to get milk. Free milk.
Right.
And when she banned it, she earned my favourite epitaph of any
I never knew
leader.
this. What has she been called?
The Milk Snatcher.
The Milk Snatcher!
Margaret the Milk Snatcher.
Margaret the Milk Snatcher.
And I like the fact that of
wow.
all the things that she's done, my parents still refer to her as the Milk Snatcher. That was the thing that really nailed them.
That is one of the most... the only other thing I really know about her is that at the time of her death, it is maybe the one instance of a song from 50, 60, 70 years ago returning to the top of the charts with Ding Dong the Witch is Dead from The Wizard of Oz.
Very quickly, by the way, I'm concerned about infrastructure.
Of course,
so
we should.
I'm going to slam up and make some reasonably expensive toll roads to help fund for a lot of the changes. I'm also going to have another look at, these are all the power blackouts going on.
Well, our infrastructure is suffering, and if people are more connected, well...
This is it,
There's never any downside in that, except the fact it costs money. And as you can see, it has a negative effect on our GDP, which is already... Oh, God. Well, it's not come up at all, is it?
So this nice gap here that we've had for a long time, which is we're making more money than we're going down.
It's going, gone.
I managed to pretty much squash that. I am trying to get the GDP off the floor, though, and it's really tough. Maybe I can have a little talk to outside. That would be interesting. Oh, we're a natural wonder. That's nice.
The environment doesn't seem too happy, and the environmentalists seem even less happy with you, so...
Well, car usage, as we bring up the toll roads, will go down.
Keep in mind what you're trying.
Let's bring up the petrol. No, let's not.
What was that? Bring up the tax.
No.
Read my lips. I read them.
Yeah, well.
They said no new taxes. You need to decide what your principles are here, sir.
Road building. No, because then it'll hurt the environment. Oh, and I haven't got enough political cash, this is a nightmare. I can't save the environment and...
Well, let's see what happens this turn. You might die again.
Oh, patriotic plot. Still the more extreme patriots of the Patriot Army.
The Warriors of Gaia and the Patriot Army.
This isn't good, is it? Hey,
Sports Asylum team.
The national football team is refusing to return because they're seeking asylum.
Well, this is not the first time it's happened.
That's not good. Why don't they want to come back? We got rid of all the street gangs. And we have oil wealth.
If you drill...
What? If I drill, I'm going to get...
bombed.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you again.
Yeah. I don't think you're just a naysayer, you know. Should we have a little...
What's making the Patriots so unhappy? We have this one plot and...
So the Patriots don't like us because we have foreign intelligence interference.
Well, let's buff up our intelligence services, which may also help us... You.
No,
not that I want to spy on, the people and be wary of their plots, but this may crack down. There's no real way I can say it. Let's apply the change.
So also, I think what you're trying to say is the intelligence services will make sure that we don't get assassinated by these patriotic armies. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to be that interested in your opposition party. We're kind of two sides of the same coin, Cash. We're being tarred with the same brush. I think that we'll both be going to the gallows. So for the sake of both of us, like the altruist I am, I'm going to bump up our intelligence service. And this will hopefully bring this down because this is so high. But as our stability goes up, it'll really help that. And our stability is going through the roof.
It is rising quite rapidly.
We're doing all right. The GDP is suffering. No, it's just terrible.
The GDP is not.
Education, it's finally going up.
There you go. Gender inequality is still suffering, though.
This is great. Our foreign aid's going down, which is not great. Corruption is about midway. You know what, Cash? Despite the superheroes and the national sports team defecting to a different country, Zambia is looking okay.
We'll see what happens with the next turn, though.
We will do. In fact, there's one last thing I can do in this turn. Let's try and do something. Let's do some nature conservation. Let's pump a lot of money into this.
That should keep them happy.
No, the environment will love this.
Capitalists won't.
No, but I'm giving them a lot of... what I will do is in the future, next time I have a bit of cash, which is probably never, I'm going to hit corporation tax again.
Promises have been made. You heard them here. Let's see if he is a man of his word.
Crime-free utopia. Look at this.
Well, that's what happens when you put spy satellites in the sky.
Spy satellites and arm every police officer.
Arm everybody. Well, let's see what happens, though. There may be...
I think...
infiltrated.
Oh, they're trying to assassinate us. The green plot. This isn't good.
I told you to take them seriously. Keep them under watch.
Look at this guy and his turtle. This guy and his turtle might kill me.
I never noticed the turtle. This is a little Bofeld.
Yeah, it is.
White little kitty, except it's a turtle. He's even stroking it in the same way.
And
race riots are at an end. That is... Yeah, that's not too bad.
Do you know what we should... I think these nomads... This is interesting. Some of people live their life as nomads, driving their herds across a larger land for graze. We can displace them and move them, like kind of pin them down, or we can preserve historic territories. Do you know what? I think I'll preserve their historic territories.
If that's what you want to do.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we'll find out. We've got this small surplus going on. We're not very popular in the polls. Okay.
You're not very popular.
I'm not very popular. The Conservatives love me.
Well, I think I saw an interesting... there's everyone there at the bottom.
They're starting to like me. Look at these problems. The power blackouts are just really making people upset. How can we stop this? I wonder if there's a policy.
You have to improve your infrastructure.
I do.
But there may be a policy. That's a wise thing to check.
Look at all these choices we could do. Capital equipment subsidies. Clean energy subsidies. Small business grants. Tax shelters.
What about public services? What about the people?
Ooh.
How can we improve the blackouts?
There's not a lot in
The
here.
infrastructure.
A state religion. Oh no, 100% popular with the voters.
That's a bit distressing.
I could do it though. I think we're finding the great problem in Democracy 3, which we came up against last time and I've come up against all the time. And that is that you can either make terrible choices that will keep you in government, or you can stick to your principles and people end up not liking you sometimes.
Well, you can try and do the right thing, or
The wrong thing that does well.
are you going to be pragmatic, Machiavellian, villainous, Underwood, underhand kind of schemer, or are you going to be a just, honest, forthright, good president man?
President man.
President man.
That's
A
my-
man, though. A man president. Not gendered, but human.
Human.
With the human heart as opposed to machine mind.
Human president. That's what they called me. Oh, look, our technology is terrible. Do you know what? This will help our infrastructure if we work on our technology. Let's go to public services. Let's bring in some, they're not that popular, but let's bring in some technology. Colleges, great. And let's also as well, if we have a bit more, let's see if I can do some kind of pump some money into,
Well, what was that microgeneration?
oh, where was that? In tax? Okay, this is more for energy stuff, but I think that's
Well, we
actually,
do have blackouts, and if we're aiding with energy, that
it'll help the blackouts.
you're just so.
And it will help the environmentalists too. This is the perfect policy for us, Cash. Boom. Done.
I am your loyal opposition.
You are worryingly loyal. Robotics. Maybe later. I'm not sure Zambia is quite ready for robots. It's already got superheroes and defecting football teams.
All good things in time.
I think that eventually I'd like to try and do something on one of these. Technology grants would be good. I'll try and do technology grants next turn. Let's crack on. Ah, the patriotic plot again. These guys
They're a
are
bit crazed, and the rhetoric in recent weeks is taking a turn for the worse.
I like the pop-up, by the way, that says, thanks for the advice, and then it says, continue running the country despite this. What am I going to do? I wouldn't mind. Do you know what?
They're dangerous people. GM, food proposal. Do you want to
Yeah,
genetically? You do?
I do.
You do?
I like some mutant crops.
If you want your Franken food,
Calling it Frankenfood makes me want it more. I'm definitely going for that. We're still, nobody wants to vote for us.
fewer people do.
Oh no, the peak value was 1% of voters liked us. They are so upset with us. Wow. So we can look at our voter types here, our focus groups, which will give us an idea of why people don't like us, and pretty much everyone hates us. Our policies and how popular they are. Our child labour policy is really unpopular.
So is the alcohol law, the alcohol tax, the tobacco tax. Why don't we hit those? What is it they're unhappy with? Are they unhappy that there is a tax?
I think they're unhappy that it is a tax.
Well,
Let's drop it down to 15%. This might cause an entire nation of drunk people. Let's also say no limits. Wow.
free market is what you want.
Minimum age 16. Done.
And now there's no goodness.
Right of demonstration. This isn't proving very popular, funnily enough. Let's set this to high. Maximum. Oh dear. No, look at that difference between the trade unionists go up. I don't want too powerful trade unionists. Let's add this in. This is good. Thank you, Cash.
What about the tobacco tax?
Where is that? Oh, yes. Let's drop this right down to 8%. There we are. Good. We've just nailed some of our least popular policies. When we hit next,
You're going to have a public health crisis again.
because everyone's drunk and smoking. Oh, these green guys.
It's a threat we should take seriously.
Even
You have been ignoring them in order to get children drunk, basically. To allow them to drain the whiskey reserves
I mean,
at no cost because it's not even taxed anymore.
it's not even tax.
Are you proud of your decisions of this last term, President Sam?
Man President Sam, I think was the term that was given to me. That's my proper address, Cash, if you please. You know what? I am. And if the alternative is a bloke holding a tortoise with a hat who wants to kill people.
The turtle is a bomb.
Oh dear. I've had bad experiences with dying and being blown up by bombs.
We'll see
before.
what happens.
Uh-oh. So,
We need to talk.
yeah,
Nothing's ever good.
no, don't break up with me, James. James Chibwe, Law and Order Minister, is tired of serving a government and may wish to leave the position. So, my cabinet, my wonderful cabinet, who've been with me from the start, is starting to get
It's
a bit stressed out.
disintegrating.
I'm going to do a cabinet reshuffle, I think. But education's on the way up and poverty's on the way down.
What's this veteran freedom fighter? Well, that's not bad.
That's good. Nice. Our aging population of patriots. So the patriots will like this now because they win their case. Okay, cool. Good.
Unemployment is still mighty high.
Yes, it is mighty high. But as education goes up, I hope that a new generation of educated people will come in and will help boost it up. And I mean, look, our income and our expenditure is just pretty much one-to-one now. We're not losing money, but we're not gaining money.
And you're still hated by everybody.
Everyone loathes me. You know, they just hate everything. God.
What can you do in terms of human development? Immigration, tourism, all negatively impacting.
Interestingly, there's no causes here. A high level of human development.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think this must be being fed by something that we're not doing at the moment.
Well, it looks like health.
Yeah,
Public health is
public
a
health.
mighty concern in this. Well, what about the HIV/AIDS crisis, which you have completely ignored?
Okay, so AIDS is obviously a massive problem in Zambia. Something that I haven't even once looked at or talked about. Maybe this is
President Sam.
bad.
What
man
are you going
President
to
Sam.
do to address this now?
I think I'm going to go ahead and say straight away that I'm glad I'm not in politics, because I would be the kind of prime minister who'd be like, "Oh, I completely forgot about Scotland for a week. Oh, what happened? Oh no, they've all died. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Can I make it up to you?"
Can you? No.
I can't.
But you can at least try and take steps now.
Let us try and nail down HIV/AIDS. This is not going to be easy. As education goes up,
The state health service is one liberal, fine, just policy that you could begin to consider, maybe, possibly.
what was the policy you're talking about, Cash? Something here that must help with education. That isn't too expensive because we don't have a lot of money. Public libraries. I see. Brings up education, brings up equality. The elderly like it. Definitely a library will be the best way of solving malaria.
Malaria. What does malaria have to do with the AIDS crisis?
Oh, we have AIDS and malaria.
Yes, I said the state
no.
health service, not libraries. I'm not sure how you went from one to the other.
Well, this is coming up now. This, when it's in for a little bit more time, should we see health? Can we find health? What's the best way of finding health? Boom. Boom. Changes. Health is pretty much neutral.
Has remained so. Pollution is,
Oh, you're
Terrible.
right. Look at that.
as is malaria.
This is really hard. Hopefully, as our state health service comes into power,
One thing I think I should note is that if you attack the pollution, the environmentalists will be quite
Yes.
pleased with you.
yes,
And they will put away their turtle bombs. They won't send the slow marching death machine to your doorstep.
very slow crawling death machine.
Clean energy subsidies.
I
Why
saw
not?
that. Where was that?
That was under.
Clean energy
See it right
subsidies.
there.
Let's put them in. People won't like them, and it will.
But they don't like you to begin with, so no change. But it would be a just and honorable thing to do.
I wonder now, is there a way that we could, theoretically, suspend the whole democracy thing for a bit? I know the game is called democracy, but would there be any way of me staying in power permanently? Just
you
so
could create a one-party system and not get bombed.
then I'll be able to do it.
You could also just be loved by the people
No,
instead of being hated.
that's complicated. That's complicated. Well, look, it's going up. It's
Is
going
it
up.
now? We will see.
No, they're starting to like me. People are starting to like me. I'm starting to hit the things that they really care about, which are like power blackouts. And power blackouts are going down. This is good.
The
Microgeneration.
energy subsidies have done good work in doing that.
I'm starting to suspect, Cash, that you might be a better president of Zambia than I will be. Your advice has been solid. Although you haven't managed to get rid of this bloke with this
You
tortoise.
could have put more money in than you did.
Oh,
There's
it's true.
always more you could have done.
It's a lot more I could have
Let's see
done.
what more we can do for pollution.
Let's try and nail pollution. Religious persecution is at an end. Oh, but our cabinet, right.
Your cabinet
My cabinet.
is crumbling. The religious persecution, though, is at an end. That is some good.
That's good. Religious persecution's at an end. I'm not even going to try that one. Gazembe is not happy, and we have to appoint you an ambassador. We can either appoint a patriot or a compromising, understanding one. I might go for the old patriot, you know? The patriots don't like me
You think
much.
the Patriot would not bad rap you in front of the entire UN?
Maybe.
Subvert
But-
your whole cause?
With a name like Thadiwe Simbumba, I'm not going to turn him down to Penjani Daka. No. Simbumba. It's all about Simbumba.
You've sent my man to the inside.
Off he goes. Right. I'm now going to do a full-on reshuffle.
We'll see what happens.
You've never seen one of these before.
I
have
don't
you,
believe I
Cash?
have, no.
Get excited. I am going to rebuild this government with a sexy new team by first hiring someone for foreign policy. And they're all men. That's really
I thought I saw-
interesting.
Nope, no women in there.
In the usual game, you get a mix, but so far we just have all blokes. I wonder if this is intentional, if it's just a hilarious coincidence of my bloke group. Right, I'm going to hire in somebody. See this here? This is the amount of things I can do a turn. Actually, no, I'm going to go for experience, I think. I want a nice experienced group. See anyone with green experience? No.
I don't believe I see anyone with green experience, but
Like, this guy looks
he
great.
looks like he would be a fine choice.
But he
He's
wants
at
to
least loyal enough.
He is loyal and he wants to go for welfare. So let's actually click on welfare and hire in our good friend Chanda Ngosa. In he goes. Excellent. Next on the list, let's hire someone for the economy. Actually, no, let's find someone who's good and then put them in a position. He's very loyal. I like a loyal man.
He's not necessarily that good, though, is he?
No, he's okay.
He's not that experienced, but you could always gain experience on the job.
There we go. I like that. I think I'll put him in tax, though, because this guy who is loyal and
He's
experienced,
a bit better.
he is a little
He
bit
can go
better.
with tax. That's fine enough.
Yeah, we'll get this gentleman to be our chancellor instead. Where is he? Where's he gone? There he is. Jowida. In you go, Jowida. Such good names. Public services. So this guy's very loyal. He's not that experienced, but he's got a lot of political capital. I like him.
He's fine as any.
Kasunde. There we are. Kasunde's in there.
Law and order. We're doing quite well with
We're
law
doing okay.
and order.
Yeah, we have a good... Kenya is a very lawful place. This guy wants to do it, but it's terrible, so no. And he's not interested. You want to do law and order?
It
No.
doesn't seem that anybody wishes. Oh, no, the fellow above him.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, definitely. William Mafala. I apologize if anyone from Zambia is listening and raging at our incorrect pronunciation of your countrymen's names.
With transport.
I think that we will go for somebody with a little bit.
What? Go up. What? Right there, to your right.
Oh, look at that face.
He's a man who knows how to get where you need to go.
He has taken the bus many times in his lifestyle. And look, these two are practically brothers with their same matching hats.
I like his glasses a lot.
I like him overall. He looks like a character.
He's a good time.
You'd go for a drink.
Foreign
with-
policy.
Yes, sorry.
Right there, top left. Done.
Him?
Yes.
Yeah, really?
He's good enough.
He's experienced as well. In he goes. Done. Boom. This is pretty much all we could do this turn. Let's try and see if there's one thing, pollution is starting to go down, that we can nail on pollution. Pollution controls.
That may be it.
What would this be? The environmentalists will like this, the capitalists won't. The environment will go way up. It will hit our GDP.
Nothing can hit our GDP. It's already
On rock bottom.
obliterated.
If I can bring it down, extensive monitoring sounds alright. This is a minor cut to GDP that may
There you go.
one day, Cash, we might have 2 pennies to rub together, but for the moment, I think this is a good shout, and this really now helps the environment.
That should do the trick. Let's see what happens on the next turn. Cabinet reshuffle.
Ah, they're still there!
Maybe you should do more.
I think this guy, by the way, he keeps coming up, he keeps infiltrating, and he's getting scary. He's not done a lot, though. Or maybe he's like the tortoise, slow-moving but hard-shelled, getting
Slow
closer.
but steady wins the race.
Slow but steady wins the race. Could you tell the Jeb Bush
I'll tell it
story?
after the stream.
Oh, please.
I will do.
Good stuff. So we can build a national monument. During the nascent races of our new trading partner, they've offered to erect a national monument. This is nice.
It is nice. It'd be good for tourism.
Yeah.
It would be good for national pride, the Patriots.
Ooh,
Get
actually,
off your back.
I had a read. If you decline the offer, the reasons why are we do not want to anger our patriots.
I don't read the documents. I just go by feel.
I'm here to...
I lead by my heart.
I was elected to lead, not to read, essentially. All right, I'm going to go for decline the offer. I think you were right, but as your loyal opposition, you are my loyal opposition.
I am your loyal opposition. You're the one in power.
If you want to build a 50-foot tall statue of you, topless, glistening, with your beautiful muscles,
I just have to go outside
and just see, and there you are. You have a statue. You have a garden full of statues of yourself.
No, I mean, I just take my shirt off and walk outside.
Yeah.
50-foot glistening
50-foot and glistening
is done.
He's a very large man. Is our cash. Okay, so they're starting to hate us again.
I hate you.
I'll correct myself. They're starting to hate me again. The power blackouts are getting better. I mean, it's.
We can return to the public health crisis, which you have neglected and been unable to impact in any meaningful way, as you refuse to improve public health services. What are you going to do about this?
I am going to completely ignore it and try and do something else.
That's what the public wants.
The public don't really want to get better. Well, they do. They don't want to get rid of AIDS and malaria.
Quite dearly.
I think what they really, really would like.
Which feeds into public health.
It does. It does. It does. Let us look at...
It's a whole ecosystem.
So we've now...
Everything is tied.
As of this turn, we're now losing money very slowly, which is not great. Our debt is...
leveling out.
And that's fine. It'll go back up again as we start to lose more than we take in. That being said, this is our biggest spending is on state health services. It's huge. We spend 2.5 billion on it.
Spend more.
Let's do it. Excellent healthcare. Done. And then next turn, to pay for this, I'm going to increase the income tax. I am taking...
your word back on
I
no
might
new
have
taxes?
to. You know,
we'll see what happens.
So the joke is H.W. Bush...
Of course he did.
He raised taxes after
Right
he said
up.
it. Yeah, and he got voted in regardless. And I'd love to do something about our infrastructure. What is our technology? Technology grants is what I want to do. Tell you what, I think I'm going to run into a little bit of debt for a while. If I stay alive and don't get shot.
We'll see what happens when you click and return to government.
Oh, if I do...
It could be this turn. This very turn. The turtle's at your doorstep. Boom!
No! God, no, he's there again.
He's still there.
He's waiting. I turn around in my White House equivalent and he's there looking through the window.
No, he's not looking through the window. He's just been slowly walking up day by day. And you've just seen him getting closer. And you can't find a way to get rid of him.
No, I'm sitting at my office looking out and in the garden on hands and knees he comes. Oh dear. Great. An airplane owned by the national carrier has crashed, killing everyone on board. Poor maintenance. Everybody hates me now, which is good. It was totally my fault. I crashed the plane, didn't I? Oh God, our budget deficit is on the way up. This is fine. I think it's time to do my favourite thing to do in Democracy 3, and that is try and make essentially... Oh dear, I'm very sorry. Try and make essentially a technocratic utopia.
This has been the long con for you. This has been the great hope.
And there's nothing wrong with a technocratic utopia.
Well, let's see.
It's all about, you know, how the power of technology. I'm a programmer at heart.
How do you intend to realize this technocratic utopian nightmare of the country? What are you going to do? Are you going to tax the internet? Are you going to tax mansions? Are you going to put money into arts? What are you going to do?
I'm going to pump money into technology grants. Where have they gone?
Technology grants
Boom.
is right there.
Boom. Full power.
And voters love it.
I'm going to see how this works. In fact, now I've got 23. I've got this nice, flexible...
That's a great deal of power you have.
Could you close your eyes and look away for a second?
What am I looking at?
Just look over there. This is fine. There we
have
go.
A whole
Uh-huh.
bookshelf full of carnival masks.
Yeah.
There's not in the corner.
Damn. Nothing. Come back. It's fine.
Pufferfish.
Wasn't trying to do anything.
Okay, well, let's see what happens this turn.
Didn't manage to do anything either. I still have got a bit more to spend.
What about public health vouchers?
That's interesting actually. Where's public health vouchers?
I saw it. I may have been public services.
Yes, public health vouchers. Healthcare vouchers. They're designed to encourage the growth of private healthcare while enabling everyone to access it.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
Do you know what? I think, joking apart, it will bring up the private healthcare, but I don't mind that too much. At the moment, I'm so desperate for people to get healthy, I don't care if they pay money for it or come to me.
Well, we can see how this impacts the health crisis which has plagued this country for the entirety of your reign.
Far too long. Let's add in some free health tests as well. Just put him on a medium. Throw him a bone. Why not? Next turn. He's going to be there, isn't he?
Of course he's going to be there.
Boom, he's there. Waiting.
Just move on. We don't need to read this again.
We know what he does. Oh, no.
Oh, not again.
What? Songkwei? You were young people and capitalists. That's not good. He wants to spend more time with his family. Oh, no.
That's not what you came here for.
No.
Well, we got rid of foreign intelligence interference.
That's good. That's
and
gone.
the skill shortage.
This is really good.
But your unemployment rate is still abysmal.
Staggering. As a strong member of a intergovernmental organisation, our laws and policy are influenced by the harmonious process within member states. Ooh, there's a lot of dissatisfaction with the influence of this organisation. So we're in a political union similar to the European Union, for example, and we could now call to leave or stay in this union. People are really not happy about it. And I think that, as I don't know a great deal about it, I could either say, I'm going to make the decision and say leave or stay, or we can hold a referendum.
I want that on the record. Man, President Sam, I don't really know much about the situation of our strong intergovernmental organization.
You see, I think...
Okay.
I think that I am a bit of a George W. Bush character. I'm lovable. I play golf. I try and open the door and it's
beer
locked.
with him.
You'd have a
Choke
beer.
on a pretzel.
You'd have a beer with me and choke on a pretzel. Let's hold a referendum. I think that's the best shout. Because, as I said, I don't know. To be fair, though, unlike... At least George W. Bush was popular.
He was more popular than this even when he was most stated.
I think most people are more popular than me. Well, our technology backwater is improving. The Conservatives love me.
Well, you wanted to improve technology. Is there anything feeding into why we don't have that?
Gender inequality is really tough. And actually, this is something new in Democracy 3 Africa. Now, some of the causes of gender inequality are actually caused by other groups being powerful, like the religious and the conservatives. This is a super crap situation for me to be in. I would love to bring in more gender equality. The only people who like me in the damn game...
conservatives.
Yeah, the only people who like me in Zambia is the conservatives.
And if you alienate your base, and the religious, and the elderly, and the urban, which may not be all that different. But hey, I think the environmentalists are starting to love you.
They are, yeah. And
except for this one bloke.
That one bloke is really not a fan. I think he's just...
Maybe it's the turtle. Maybe it's not even the man. Maybe we've been looking at it this wrong way. The liberals aren't entirely happy, but you can't seem to please anyone else.
Well, if you look as well, there's actually not that many liberals. They're really, really small.
Well, they seem to be impacted by the homelessness, by the ghetto. And I believe, I can't remember what the stat was, but the general embodiment of the public well-being and welfare, that seems to be where you're being hardest hit in the polls.
Yeah.
If you could address one of those situations, homelessness in particular, that would improve public health and could be a great benefit to you. So is there anything you could do with that?
Yes, let's have a look. Some of the causes of homelessness are, they're greatly caused by unemployment. This is a larger problem I don't think we can nail. I think, however, we could tackle it at its source. Go to welfare. I mean, oh God, we talked about this last time.
This was a point of discussion. Again, great credit to the developer of the game for putting in such a difficult and distressing topic.
It is. I mean, it's something that it's probably never been addressed in games, and it's very rarely addressed in modern media at all. And it's something that happens in Africa. It's a real shame. To the point where what's even more awful about this game is, and what's interesting about Democracy 3 and how it doesn't always make you the good guy, it's not about wish fulfillment, is that if I brought this in now, in the game, I might lose as a result of it.
It is not entirely unpopular with voters, though.
No,
It might be.
I think it would be very hard for me to...
Yeah, no one hit you too much with the Conservatives either.
No, and this is all pretty much the same. Do you know what? I think the Conservatives do like me a lot, but...
I think you could suffer the hip.
It's the least we can do, and it's free as well. It's something that also, as well, to be quite honest with you, I would just rather see away from my eyes in this game. It's making me genuinely sad. Okay, so let's have a look at state housing. I think that this is a good shout.
Mighty popular.
Yes, the capitalists won't like us for it.
Full slider.
Full slider! But it will hit homelessness quite hard. I think...
That's what we want.
My loyal opposition, may I respectfully disagree and also say that I am tanking on cash at the moment. I think that a medium slider might be more prudent at this time.
We'll see how the voters feel about this decision of yours.
I'm looking forward to when you take over. If I'm not dead. Because if we get blown up, you get caught in the explosion and die with me. Let's do a medium. I don't think that... this will eventually start to
It's going down slowly.
It is going down slowly. I think as our poverty very slowly lowers, it gets much better. This is revenue administration. Control the resources given to your country's revenue administration. Relying on all taxpayers to accurately file their forms is unrealistic. This is interesting. So the moment we do this... God, this game is so deep. I love it. You could fall into a deep... We could have played this completely differently, We could have played this with a kind of a socialist sort of Norway attitude, raising taxes and try and bring in more
There's no end to the number of aims you can have.
Yes.
I mean, you're trying to create your technocratic utopia. Others might try and make their economy the greatest at whatever moral cost. Others may put the hearts above anything else and do whatever it takes to enforce social justice.
Yes.
For lack of a better term.
I think that I am gonna have to raise taxes though. Look at this jump in our expenditure. Us bringing in a bigger health service.
You are free to take back on your word and go back on that.
I feel judged. I think I'm going to do it. Are you ready to see him?
I'm ready to see him.
There he... Ooh!
Hello, friend.
Who's this? Meeting of
the land army.
Pro-rural movement are coming up against us.
Oh, they're a low threat, though.
Okay, they're alright for the moment. Curb banking bonuses. And this is part, in real life, I would maybe say that, you know what, I would curb banking bonuses. Excesses in bonuses is not good.
I don't think it is either.
But in this game...
No.
I really want...
Isn't it the same temptation in real life?
I really want bankers to stay.
We don't need the bankers to stay. We don't need to be a country of bankers. We need to be a country of hard-working technocrats, according to you.
Yes.
Are you going to stay true to your word, or are you going to go back again?
Restrict it. You're right. Restricted it. Right, let's do it. Let's raise the income tax. Oh, Lord, look at this. Healthcare vouchers is costing so much.
All shall be well, and all shall be well.
Okay. I can't raise it. My team are just terrible. Okay, right. I'm also then going to have a look at this.
He wants out.
He wants out. Everyone else is kind of happy. He's not too happy. If I fire him, though, these guys will get upset. You'll see a nice hit as they all start to get a bit moany about it. But let's do it. Bloop. And then hire in a new foreign guy. Who's going to be our new foreign man?
Charles looked like he was the most experienced.
Where's Charles?
We'll go up. Yeah, we'll go down a little bit. See who else we have. Charles was at the top.
On the left or the right?
Right.
Oh, down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least between a mix of loyalty and experience. There are more experienced folk, but they don't seem to be too particularly loyal to you. So it's your call, as always.
We're popular among the Conservatives, aren't we? It's a shame there's no Conservatives that we can hire in. Just stuff my cabinet full of yes men. I'm going to hire him. He's a good shout. There he is. Look at his face.
There he is. Well,
nearly all of our cabinet are wearing glasses.
Well, it's a good thing you gave out those free eye exams.
There we go. This is society in motion. People are starting to like me.
Oh, you're doing quite well.
Weird.
You can improve transportation now, I think, as well, since you have political capital with the conservative, not conservatives, but the Green Party.
People like me because they like me putting this referendum up so we can leave this union.
If you say that's why.
Look, it says that. It says that.
A small group do.
Oh, but it's more than most others. Poor transport links. They're getting better. As our infrastructure is improving. It's crawling up, but it's
Very
getting better.
slowly. Science funding is quite poor.
Oh, Lord, that's very bad.
You've been building your technocratic society with nothing but test tubes.
Electron microscopes. Yeah! Plus, as well, what I like is science brings down the control and the power of the religious over time. So it's quite good. Let us hit next, and hopefully I'll have a big chunk of
You're going to have a hoe through your throat.
No!
He's gone!
He's gone!
They're all gone!
Even the turtle guy went. Where did he go in a hurry?
He's behind you.
Oh, he's that close now that we can't even see him. Oh. Failed assassination
The
attempt.
land army tried.
They did. I'm so glad we put money into our Secret Service.
It worked out in the end.
It did, didn't it?
For you.
And also as well, I forget
For
this.
now.
Cheers. At the start of the game, we gave everyone guns.
This is true.
And all the police have guns as well. We're in this pretty shooty society right now. How did the superhero survive in this heavily armed society?
Health, by the way, is improving mightily.
Yes,
It's gone down quite substantially. Unemployment is slowly making its way, as is poverty.
I think that if the bar is red, cash is actually bad. I think health is at our lowest it's ever been.
I thought it was making its way down, and then it goes back into... But I could be completely mistaken.
Protest march against gender inequality. Okay, this is good to know. Women are not happy with me at all, which is fair. Oh, Simon Mwanza, sorry. This is not going well. And ghettos have ended.
That's good.
People are liking each other. We have a huge deficit. 4% of people want to vote for me.
That's 4 more than you were at 4 turns ago.
So we're really struggling to build up the political capital to raise the income tax. I'm just going to skip this entire turn. But everyone else seems to be liking me very slowly.
So is that to say you can bank political capital?
Yes, that's correct. So next turn, for example, we're going to have a cool month. We're going to go on holiday. We're going to go down to the Great Lakes in Zambia.
Ben's going to get to spend time with his children.
He will
Just
do.
as he wanted.
Just, yes. You and I can go to a mojito bar. It'll be lovely. And
Spend all our government's money.
we'll come back and we'll see what happens. Oh, God. Another failed
one wants to
assassination
go.
attempt.
Who's this from? Land Army again.
Oh, this is bad. This guy also is just not happy. We've got this big deficit. 6%.
You might want to take a look at that cabinet report.
Which one here?
The cabinet report down below.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. So they are... I mean, they're loyal, but they're just not very effective.
No, they aren't loyal. They are disloyal. Notably disloyal.
Do you know what? I'm going to remove him, Simon. Oh, this...
And you have a problem with the economy as well.
Yes, I know. Oh, I think we can... I don't want to take out more than one, and I don't want to mix up my government too
That's
often.
fair enough.
I'd like to keep them... God, that original group that we had stayed here with us for a long time,
They
didn't
were
they?
pretty good.
I think we made a bit of made a bit of a
What
mistake.
about the fellow in the top left?
Brian, he's loyal, but he's not good at...
3.2.
Not good at law and order, though, is he?
No, he's not looking at Law and Order.
No, I think all the law and order people are just not... Oh, no, he's interested and he's very loyal. He's just not very experienced.
4.7.
Do you know what? He looks a bit like Morpheus with the
I
black
can
suit.
see it, yeah.
Yeah, bring in Morpheus. Boom. God, he's such a sharp dresser compared to these sorry lot. Oh, you're my new favourite. Very loyal. Good. Excellent. Right. We don't have enough political capital still. We're going to skip one more turn, Cash. I think that's probably a bad idea, but I need to raise the taxes so
I think
badly.
you're going to get killed this turn.
So be it. There we go.
What did I say?
I've been assassinated by the
Hoe
land
through the
army.
throat.
Hoe through the throat. The turtle guy.
Throat, yep. Turtle guy, no one knows.
Where did he go?
God, he got into a meeting with a shotgun. That's pretty real.
Really? Wow, I am dead. So, Zambia that was complicated.
We almost made it to a vote, though. That's better than we did last time.
Last time we got about halfway through. We had about 6% of people wanted to vote first, and that was going up.
That was increasing. Everything was getting better, slowly but quite surely.
I think the thing that we did a lot in this game was tick off a lot of people to make a lot of people very happy. The Conservatives loved me. But obviously the land army, the country people weren't quite so keen.
It's interesting, the divide, too, I think, between the rule and the Green Party.
Yes, that is a age-old difference. But, you know, the Epic of Gilgamesh doesn't have the man from the land come with a shotgun and shoot Gilgamesh while he's in a meeting.
That's true, and Deku does not.
He doesn't do that in DQ.
They get to be buddy pals.
We could have been buddies. I'd like the idea that as he leaves, by the way, he takes off his hat and underneath there's a tortoise underneath there.
I don't know.
This entire
I
time.
don't think it works.
Plotting. Pulling his hair like the rat from Ratatouille. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
That was a fantastic game, I think.
I thought it went much better than our last one.
We got shot instead of getting blown up, which is great.
That's true. It's a small improvement. Slow but steady.
Wins the race. Oh, God. Done.